Her laughter is something I will always remember, the kind that once made my heart skip a beat. When we were younger, it was a melodic, joyful sound that I adored. But now, as she entered the front door after her business trip, her laughter was different, sharp, reckless, almost hollow. "Hello, sweetie," Sarah greeted in a light, airy voice, as though she'd just returned from somewhere more glamorous than a business conference. Her laughter still echoed as she kicked off her heels and tossed her purse onto the chair near the door. But then she noticed it, the framed picture on the dining room table. Her laughter stopped abruptly, as though someone had pressed a mute button. Her smile faltered, and the color drained from her face. She froze, staring at the photo of us on our wedding day. Sarah in her beautiful lace dress, and me in my crisp navy suit. We looked like a couple who had just won the lottery. But there was something new about the picture. Written across the glass in bold, red letters were the words, "I know." Her eyes widened in dread as she turned to face me. What is this, Jack?" she stammered. I leaned casually against the kitchen counter, arms folded. "Why don't you tell me, Sarah?" She opened her mouth, but no words came out. I could see her mind racing, trying to figure out how much I knew, what I knew, and how I had found out. Her voice trembled. "Jack, I don't know what you're talking about." I let out a bitter laugh, one even I didn't recognize. "Please, Sarah, don't insult my intelligence. For months, you've been deceiving me. Business trips, late nights at the office, this sudden enthusiasm for the gym. It all makes sense now." I gestured toward the picture before pulling out my phone. A string of images filled the screen, each one more damning than the last. Sarah and her business partner, Mark, holding hands at a seaside resort, sharing a kiss under a cabana, laughing over drinks at a bar. "Jack, I can explain," she pleaded. "Explain?" My voice rose with every word until I was practically shouting. "Explain how you've been sneaking around with Mark while I've been working late to pay for your yoga classes and spa days. Are you sorry you got caught, or are you even sorry at all?" She stepped toward me, her hands raised as if an embrace could somehow fix everything. "Please, Jack, let me explain. It's not what it looks like." I raised a hand, stopping her in her tracks. "Don't. Just don't. For the last 2 months, I've been gathering everything I could. Do you want to know why?" She didn't respond. Her lips quivered as tears welled in her eyes. "Because I wanted to make sure I wasn't imagining things. And now that I know the truth, I've made some decisions." Her tears started to fall, but I felt nothing. Not sympathy, not anger, not sadness. Only a strange sense of relief. "First," I said, my voice calm and deliberate, "I've already filed for divorce. My lawyer will send you the papers tomorrow. I suggest you review the prenuptial agreement before deciding to contest it." Her face fell further. She knew the prenuptial agreement was ironclad, designed to protect my family's business. She would leave with what she had brought into the marriage, no more. "You don't have to do this, Jack," she whispered, barely audible. I ignored her. "Second, I've informed Mark's wife. She was quite sympathetic. She even shared some pictures of her own." Sarah's mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. "And lastly," I continued, pulling a folder from the drawer, "I've compiled everything, texts, photos, receipts. If you try to fight me on this divorce, this will go straight to your company's HR department. Let's see how they handle 2 top managers having an affair on company time." She collapsed into a chair, burying her face in her hands. "I made a mistake, Jack. Please. I love you." I laughed, hollow and bitter. "Love? You don't love me, Sarah. You love the life I gave you. It's stability, comfort, safety. But respect? You threw that away for a cheap thrill." Her sobs filled the room, but I felt nothing but liberation, as if a weight I hadn't realized I was carrying had been lifted. "I'll be staying at a hotel for the next few days," I said, grabbing my keys. "By the end of the week, movers will come to pack your things. You need to leave this house." She looked up, her tear-streaked face a mask of despair. "Please, Jack." We can fix this. We can go to counseling. This isn't something that can be fixed, I interrupted. It's over. I paused at the door, my hand on the handle. Oh, and I canceled the credit card you used to buy that new purse on your business trip. Have fun explaining that. Without another word, I walked out, her cries echoing behind me. As I drove away, a mix of emotions churned inside me: anger, betrayal, grief. But beneath it all was a sense of freedom. The next morning, Mark's wife texted me. "Thank you for telling me. I'm leaving him too. We deserve better." She was right. We did. As I gazed out the hotel window at the rising sun, I realized the end of my marriage wasn't the end of my life. It was the start of something new. For the first time in months, I felt hopeful.